How you doing, guys? Big Mek Danskull here again today, and welcome to another episode of SIGMAR SATURDAY! Hi guys, how you doing? Big Mek Danskull here again today, and yes, this is another episode of SIGMAR Saturday. Now this one's going to be a very painty one. I've got a brew here, so I'm going to take a sip like a lot of people do at the start of videos, especially live streams. Still quite hot, that. Actually it's not, I'm lying, totally lying. Yeah, so this episode of SIGMAR Saturday is going to be a live stream. If you're joining me, say hello in the chat, feel free to say whatever you like. Try and keep it clean, but you know, if you don't, I can't stop you. So this episode I'm going to be putting some metallics on some of my Age of Sigmar miniatures. You can see I've done it on a couple already. I started it in last night's live stream, Wargamer Online live stream. I've just been putting some bolt gun metal, the old, is it bolt gun metal? Yeah, the old bolt gun metal paint, which is now lead belcher. I've been putting that on some of the weapons. I've only done 3 so far though, so this guy's got it on his big axe and chain down his back and stuff. But I want to get some more metallics on. You'll notice I've done some red as well. I'll show you the red on some of them whilst I'm here. Let's see if we can get that to, oh, look at that there. So you can see the Khorne symbol on this guy's chest. It's not working. Yeah, you can see the Khorne symbol basically on this guy's chest has got the red on it. And a lot of the leather, the Triegs, is it Triegs? I don't know. I had this discussion on the last live stream I did. Ptruges or something it's spelled. And this guy's Khorne Hound, Khorne Dog, has also got some red. But interestingly, I say interestingly, it's probably not that interesting. I've done his legs black. Now, there's a warband of, how you doing, Gamza, mate? Good to see you. Good to see you in the chat. I can't see you, but I can see your symbol, so effectively I can see you. Yeah, so oh, let's do the pop-out chat window. I always forget that now, and then I make an issue of it. Pop-out chat. So, I did want to do something. Oh, I wanted to share this on my Facebook page as well, so I might do that in a second. Yeah, so what I was going to say, there was a warband. Where's the pop-out chat gone? My God, by God. Here we go. Let's move it over here. Fan dabby dozy, fantastic. There's 2 people watching. Is one of them me? I wonder though. Right. So what I was saying, there's a warband of, I don't know if it's classed as a warband or whatever, of bloodletters. Sorry, with like I'm sure they've got black limbs, like they're sort of like they've got burnt limbs, because Khorne wasn't happy with them at some point, so he threw them into the fires of somewhere or other. So I'm doing that on the Hound of Khorne, Khorne Hound. I don't know what they're called. Khorne, they're not called Khorne dogs. I know that much. I'm doing that with a view to adding in some bloodletters or something in the future. To when I'm increasing my Age of Sigmar force eventually. I've not got any plans to do it anytime soon, but eventually when I increase it, I'm not planning on going down the route necessarily of more Bloodbound, but just Khorne in general, and then maybe some other Chaos factions, and you know, we'll see where I go. It's just going to grow as it grows. It's going to be a very slow growing one, not a quickly growing one at all. A quickly growing one. So yeah, should we get some painting done? Hey, you know what? I'm going to point the camera at my. I'm just going to get another sip. Excuse me. I'm going to point the camera at the models for once, because I never do that. So, let's see. Wow, look at the models. Is this a good view, or should we have this view? I think maybe we should have this view. No, you can just see my belly. Oh, look at that. That's alright, isn't it? Not too bad. I'm going to be painting mostly here anyway. I think I'll probably, you know what, I'll probably keep lifting things up there. We'll see how we go. We'll see how we get on. I might just, you can see my, oh yes. There we go. Yeah, I'll probably be painting here a lot of the time, around here, resting my hands on the desk. So Let me know if the wonky camera angle is a problem, and I'll try and sort it out for you. Let me just put my phone on silent before I forget, because I was in the middle of a conversation. So, let's oh, someone's gone live on YouTube. Is it me? The glorious return of Sigmar Saturday. It is me for sure. How are you getting 8th edition? Do you mean? I'm guessing you mean where am I getting it from? If you mean that, I'm getting it from Wargames. I'm getting the big bundle, and it's a big bundle, obviously. I'm getting all the indices because I figured I'm paying about, not much more money for one extra book, or if I was getting it direct from Games Workshop, it's £15 per index, and I will be getting I'll be getting 4 of them. So I figured I'd get all the indices, and the Chaos one I'm thinking of getting rid of, but I'm not sure. So if you know anyone that's interested, let me know. But like I said, I'm not 100% certain on that. Excuse me again. I may or may not get rid of the Chaos one. But the problem is, if the Chaos one has Fallen in, then I want to keep hold of it, because I've been wanting to do a Fallen army since I got back into the hobby. Just like a warband of Fallen, really. I've got a box of Chaos Space Marines, and I've got Dark Angels Veterans and stuff like that, so I was just going to kit bash them and get like 15 Marines or so out of it. And eventually get the new Cypher model. I've got the old model, but eventually get the new one. Look at me boobs move. I've got really sore nipples, by the way. It's a really weird bit of video now, but yeah, I've got really sore nipples because I went out for a run before, and it was raining in Manchester. Imagine that. I actually really love the rain though, so I'm living in the right city, that's for sure. So it was raining, and I don't normally get nipple rub, but I did like an extra couple of miles today, and the rain just made my top really heavy. I only had a t-shirt on, but it made it really heavy. Doesn't matter what technology you've got on your top for wicking the water moisture away from you. With a lot of rainfall, it's going to get heavier, and it's just like jumping up and down, and my nipples were getting hard because of the rain. And I was obviously running, and a breeze makes your nipples hard. So there we go. That's a nice little interesting tidbit for you, let's say. There we go. Right. So yeah, let's get some. He's got his on already. Let's get some metallics done, shall we? Oh, you know what? Has he got someone already? I thought he did. He has, but only on one of them. I don't remember doing that. That's weird. Oh yeah, I did a bit of his thingy as well. Right, so I've actually almost done 4. Not quite, but almost. So 8th edition. I'm getting it from Wargames. And I'm getting everything. I may, over time, I may sell off like the unit indicator dice and stuff like that. I can't think what they're called. Do I prefer live broadcasts or videos or both? Well, I prefer doing videos because the live broadcasts I tend to ramble, especially when I'm doing. I've got a question for you in a minute as well. Remind me. Just pop a comment in the chat. Remember about that question. So it's a question about paint. I could pop a reminder in the chat. I don't know. I'm getting you to do it for me. But anyway, do I prefer live or edited video? I prefer like edited videos because I tend to ramble, like I said, in the live ones. And if I'm trying to do a live 40k video, it becomes worse and worse because my 40k videos, I tend to just go on, and I can sort of go off on a tangent sometimes, and it's not very good for the type of video. Thank you very much for that. The comment in the chat. So it's not very good for the type of video I want Warhammer 40k to be. So for something like this, it's fine because it means I'm getting some painting done, and you can join me if you like and listen to me ramble. You might get some painting done yourself. But yeah, the live versus recorded, I definitely prefer recording myself because it makes me seem a bit more professional. Not much more professional, but a bit more professional. So the question I have for you, Mr. Jar, Gamza, is, do you paint your metallics directly from the pot? And obviously anyone watching this afterwards, or anyone else watching now as well, do you paint your metallics directly from the pot, or do you, I don't know if you use a wet palette yourself, but I use a wet palette for my other paints, for most of my paints, and the metallics I don't, I keep them just straight from the pot, because I think you get a better coverage. If you start adding water and stuff to metallics, the way metallic paints are built up, you tend to get like separation of the pigment and the little flecks of metal or whatever's in them. So, just out of interest, yeah, that's the question I had for you. I'm really shaky today. I think it's because I've been out on a run and I've not had my breakfast before I have done. Got back and I had a big bowl of Cocoa Pops, so that sorted me out. Sort of. And then I've had a hot bath as well. Hot bath always makes me shaky. I don't like being hot. I'd rather be cold. That's why I live in Manchester. Although it has been hot here the past couple of weeks. You know what? I'm just going to clean my brush before I get any more paint on it. How loud is that, by the way? The rinsing of the brush on the glass. Because it's very loud here, and I know my mouse can sound really loud sometimes. So if it's annoyingly loud, let me know, and I'll try and be a bit less vigorous with my brush cleansing routine. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to do. Just before we go any further, just going to put that back on there. Ooh, shake it up again. Shake it up, baby, now. Twist and shout. Just give me a second, guys, while I attempt to share this video. Information full screen set it. I can't remember how I did it last time. Did I just do it by copying the thing from the thing? Let me think. You know what? I'll do it on my phone. That'll be easier, instead of messing about. So what I'm trying to do at the minute is just share my video. You use your wet palette for the metallics. That's cool. Because I was always worried about adding a bit too much water and stuff and creating that separation. So yeah, so this, I wanted to share my video to Facebook, didn't I? So hopefully I can watch this video on my phone. Notifications. There we go. Oh, can you hear that? Fabulous. Share. Copy link. Or should I just, no, yeah, share. Copy a link, and then I'll share it to my Facebook page. Anyone watching, by the way, if you haven't already gone over and liked my Facebook page, feel free to do so. It's facebook.com/Big Mek Danskull, I think. But I'm not 100% certain. Oh, we've got a friend request on here as well. Who is it going to be? I don't know who that is. 20 mutual friends. Shake it up, baby, now. Twist and shout, twist and shout. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, I'm singing here. I need to stop singing because this is a monetized video. There we go, get rid of that. And then I need to... sorry guys, this is really rubbish to watch. Share it on my Facebook page. Come on, post. Yeah, this is one of the reasons I prefer recording as well, because you can do all your sharing in the comfort of, well, in the luxury of time, rather than what I'm doing now, which is really stupid because I'm recording a video and I'm just not talking to you really. Just gone live on YouTube with SIGMAR Saturday. Exclamation mark. It always has to have that exclamation mark at the end, guys, just in case you didn't know. Similar to the WAR rule. Yeah, that's changing in 8th edition, isn't it? Publish. Wow, 14 minutes in and about 5 minutes I've just been messing about on my phone. Really exciting live stream for you today. Right, I better put that down before I get distracted by it. One more sip of tea. And back to the minis. Shake it up, baby. Don't sing anymore. There we go. Where's my live chat gone? There it is. Okay, so I had 4 viewers for a second there, but obviously I was so boring. Oh, you know what? One of them viewers was me, wasn't it? On my phone. Yeah, I was so boring I lost them viewers straight away. I'm guessing 2 of them viewers were me, to be honest. One of them on my computer and one on my phone. Right, metallics, back to it. Feeling quite shaky, like I said before. It's frustrating when you're in the mood to paint and then something prevents you from doing it, like shakiness. I don't know why I'm using this brush, to be honest. I think I've gone for too small a brush here, but there are some little nooks and crannies that I want to get into. But to be honest though, I can go over and clean up afterwards, so it's not a major issue if I did make it a bit messy. It's just another little bit of work. Stormcast Eternals, that's what I'm going to talk about now. Stormcast Eternals, what colour scheme do you think is good for Stormcast Eternals? Now, I think it's the Astral Templars, which are like the turquoisey blue colour. And I really like that colour scheme, but the only thing is, the only issue I've got with it is, I think a lot of people use that colour scheme. Now, for simplicity, I was going to go with the main colour scheme, the gold one. I don't know what they're called. Hammers of Sigmar, maybe? I don't remember. I've got the book there, I could have a look, but I'm painting, so I'm not going to. So yeah, I was thinking, I didn't want to do another black army, but there is like a black colour scheme with red cloth and stuff that I like. But yeah, I was thinking possibly Astral Templar. Well, I think it's Astral Templars, which is like the turquoisey blue one. But I've seen a fair few people use that now. Obviously the most prominent colour scheme at first was the gold, because of ease of painting them that way, I think, partially. But now I think you tend to see like the Astral Templars and stuff like that. Can you use old Space Marines with 8? Yes, you can. So the new Primaris Marines, they are obviously they're like a true scale Space Marine, but with the new Primaris Marines, you're getting rules that are like basically they're like a new breed of Space Marine. That's the idea in the fluff behind them. So you can totally keep using your old Space Marines. What I think GW will do is gradually over the years, maybe like a 10-year period or something, they'll start phasing out the old Space Marine kits. They might not, they might just keep producing them. But what I foresee them doing is gradually start phasing out the old Space Marine kits and just make more and more Primaris Marines. Possibly even some Primaris Marine specialist kits like for the likes of Space Wolves, Blood Angels, Dark Angels and what have you. Possibly. But I think it's going to be, for the time being, it is definitely they're just like a new breed of Space Marine. I don't know if you've read any Horus Heresy books or anything like that, but in this book there's small spoiler warning here for Deliverance Lost. So tune out for a couple of minutes or skip ahead a couple of minutes if you don't want any spoilers. But in Deliverance Lost is about the Raven Guard, and they're involved at Istvan 5, and just heresy spoiler alert in general. So the Raven Guard are involved at Istvan 5, and the Legion's almost wiped out. It's like it's all but crippled basically, and then Korax goes back to Terra with the remainder of his Legion. and he seeks an audience with the Emperor, and you know, he sees Dawn. He's like, "How you doing, Dawn, mate? You all right?" And Dawn's like, "Yeah, I'm good. Cheers, mate." And then after that, he sees the Emperor, or he makes I can't remember if he sees the Emperor or he just makes a psychic connection with the Emperor. And I think he sees the Emperor eventually after a lot of waiting and stuff. And the Emperor gives him access to some of the gene vaults and some ancient gene tech, and then the Raven Guard go back to Deliverance with this Magos biologist or something from the Mechanicum. Basically a Heresy era Belisarius Call. I don't know what his name is. It's not Belisarius Call, I know, but I'm wondering if that's the same guy, maybe. But I can't remember if he could even die in the books, this Magos biologist or whatever he's called. So they go back to Deliverance, and the Raven Guard start making these Super Space Marines, and the Primaris Marines, in my mind, are kind of what they were supposed to be. But then the Alpha Legion get involved, and the Alpha Legion taint the gene seed. So then the Raven Guard Super Marines then become sort of tainted and abominations, but they are still faithful to the Emperor. So although they're mutated and stuff, Corax, I think there's a Custodian detachment with them as well, with the Raven Guard when they go back to Deliverance. And I think they kind of want these abominations destroyed. But Corax is like, no, they're loyal to me and they're loyal to my father, so they can have an honourable death on the battlefield. So these tainted, mutated Raven Guard, they go on to fight alongside the brothers in the Raven Guard, and eventually, you know, they all succumb to the rigors of war, I guess you'd say. So these things that would have been Super Space Marines would have probably been like Primaris Marines. It'd be cool to do some conversions if you're doing a Heresy era Raven Guard army. I think it'd be cool to do some conversions with Primaris Marines to make these Super Space Marines that the Raven Guard had, but also you'd probably take some. Is it Ashen Circle for Word Bearers? The mutated Galvor back it is, isn't it? Yeah, the mutated ones for Word Bearers, a Galvor back. You could take a kit of them, mix it, or even just Chaos Spawn kit or something like that, and mix it with the Primaris Marines, and you know, create these sort of Raven Guard abominations. I don't know if there's any rules for them in one of the Heresy books. I only have a couple of the Heresy actual rule books. One of them is obviously Prospero Burns, because I love me some Thousand Suns, and I love to hate the Space Wolves as well. So I don't know if there's any rules for these Deliverance abomination. I don't know what to call them, to be honest. They probably get a name. I think it's Raptors or something. Might not be Raptors, might be something else. But these new Raven Guard abominations, I don't know if there's any rules for them in any of the Legion Astartes Armies in the Age of Darkness books or anything like that. I don't even know what the books are called. I don't know if you can tell. I'm just winging it here. But yeah, I don't know if there's any rules for them, but it'd be cool to make a small little force of them, and in friendly games, just field them alongside your Raven Guard force. It'd be quite thematic, I think. That's the kind of play I enjoy, like thematic narrative play. If I start getting into like a competitive play, and then I start losing, then I don't enjoy it. So I'd rather just keep it as thematic as possible and narratively driven as possible. Yeah, so 8th, just around the corner. I'm getting mine from Wargames, like I said. And I'm really looking forward to it, to be honest. I commented on one of Kiblam's videos before that he's been building a Dark Eldar list, a Dark Eldar Coven list, and I commented on his video. I'm waiting for the indices to arrive, and then once they've arrived, I'm hoping that the flash kits and the snaz guns that the flash kits carry have got good stats. I've not seen them yet, but I'm hoping they've got good stats because I've got loads of flash kits that I've not built or painted, so I want a reason to build and paint them. And good stats is as good a reason as any. You know, so they're at least fun to use in the game. They don't have to be amazing in game, but a bit of fun you can have with them, then that's all the better for me. Alright, let's get back to this shackle on this dude's arm. So I'll just give you a little close up there. If we can get a focus, that would be a accidental focus. Yeah, so the shackles, a lot of these Bloodbound miniatures have got shackles on the arms. I'm not going to paint them all in the Boltgun metal colour, but there's 3 on his forearm in this hand. Should we see? There we go. So yeah, there's 3 on his left hand. Yeah, his left hand. Oh, he's got a really big mould line on his shoulder, this guy. That's annoying. Never mind. Yeah, so the shackles, I'm not going to paint them all silver because I don't want them to all look the same, but I'm painting 3 of them on this guy silver. I think I'll do an hour. Green Stuff Games has joined us. How you doing, mate? I think I'll do another hour video today, and then I'll cut it after that. But we will. I don't know why I'm saying we will, because I've got a 30k video to record. I want to get it recorded today, in place to go up tomorrow, if I can. I saw you went to Wargame. Is it Wargames Expo? GSG, Green Stuff Games. Joe, and it looked really good. Like, some of your interviews were quality. Sound was obviously. I know you said you're saving up for a mic now. The sound was obviously, you know, a little bit hard to hear what you were saying in some of the videos, but I could make it out on my iPad, which doesn't have great speakers. So for me, you know, it was audible, which is the main thing. One thing I don't like in videos is when someone's just doing a talking video. And say this, right, and then a kid runs in and starts like shouting to the parent or something. That's just a little bugbear of mine, but it's, you know, it's not. I'm not saying lock your kids away or anything. Everybody's situation is different, so you can't expect, you know, if someone's getting a YouTube video up, you can't expect them to all be the same. And everybody, I think nobody comments on the videos or anything that your kids are annoying. So it's probably just a bugbear of mine, I think. My issue more than anyone else's. But it's always interesting. The purple colour scheme for... Oh, purple. There's a purple colour scheme for the Stormcasters, so I'll have to have a look at that. I've not got... You know what? I've got... I was going to say I've not got any purple paints, but I've got very few purple paints. So, I may have to invest in some purple paints. If I like the scheme, that is, of course. I was looking at some of the silver schemes because I just kind of want this is going back to the Stormcast, by the way. I just kind of want a really simple colour scheme for the Stormcasts, so it doesn't take me as long as it's taken me to paint these guys. Jamjaw's looking for the name now on that purple colour scheme Stormcast. That's brilliant, mate. Yeah, so I want like a simple colour scheme as possible on the Stormcasts. I thought this was going to be a simple colour scheme. I mean, ultimately it is, but at the speed I paint, it's, you know, everything takes a while at the speed I paint. I'm lucky if I get like a squad painted in a month, and at the minute I'm trying to paint 2 squads of Blood Warriors. No, 1 squad of Blood Warriors, 2 squads of Blood Reavers, a Korgoroth, and a Mighty Lord of Khorne. I'm just going to check my phone because it keeps vibrating in the background. Wait. Hello? Get another drink. You know what? I'm going to finish my tea really quickly now because it's gone cold. Luckily, so I don't get a dry mouth though, I have got some water to hand. You know what? I'm going to put my phone down in a second. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to put my phone down now because that was really ignorant of me. I've got you all hanging on. Oh, wait, what? The chat's just blown up. Am I shouting, by the way, guys? I just thought that. There's a Purple Seaman Stormcast looking for a name. Actually, yeah, I was going to... I want to get a really good one because the sound was pretty bad. Oh yeah, like on the subject of microphones, green stuff games, Joe. I always like, obviously when you read in the chat, you read people's channel names and stuff. So it seems a bit weird sometimes. Kablam's just joined us, by the way, with a boom out of nowhere. So I always right. What am I talking about now? Microphone. On the subject of microphones, let me know which one you get. Are you going to get a handheld one, or are you going to get like a collar mic type thing? Because I recorded a video. I used to do a series called Waffle and Walk. It's probably before you started following the channel. Well, it would have been before you started following the channel, Joe. So I used to do a series called Waffle and Walk, and I'd record a video, a Q&A video as I was walking. And I'd answer the questions and stuff, and now and again it'd get a bit windy. But I recorded one the other week, a Waffle and Walk special, like last week or something. Oh, I should have got another brush for this one. But never mind, I'll just do the blade of his knife, or sword rather. So I recorded a Waffle and Walk video. Mini Warriors joined us in the chat as well. How you doing, mate? I recorded a Waffle and Walk video last week, and it is so windy in parts. I've gone back over the video and I've dubbed a lot of it, but it just looks stupid, and I don't like watching videos that aren't in sync where the voice, if you know, some people record the audio separately, sometimes the image and the voice falls out of sync, and that kind of irritates me. So I'm in two minds as to whether to put this Waffle and Walk video up because it's dubbed like an old Chinese movie kind of thing. What is that? Is that a hair? Or is it part of the model? Can't work that out. I think it's a hair. Yeah, so it's dubbed like a bad old Chinese, not necessarily a bad Chinese movie, but a badly dubbed Chinese movie. I'm really shaking now. That's irritating. So I'm in two minds as to whether to put this video out, because it is still a bit windy in parts of it as well. You know, you can still hear the wind, but I could dub it completely. But that's one of the reasons I stopped doing the Waffle and Walk videos, is because it became too hard to record and edit, because sometimes I'd record one and then I'd be like, no, I can't use that footage. I've got to start again, so I have to record it twice, and that's a bit irritating. Another reason I stopped recording them is because I was walking when I started recording them. I was walking to work at the time. I lived about 6 miles away from work at the time, and my bike broke, so I just started walking to work, you know, just setting off early, getting there, like Kung Pao. What, Kung Pao Chicken? Or there's a movie called Kung Pao. So yeah, I just started walking to work. That's one of the reasons I started recording the Waffle and Walk videos. I thought, you know, I'm walking to work, it's taking me an hour and a half or something. I may as well do something with my time while I'm walking. So and then I stopped walking to work because I got my bike fixed, and that was that with the Waffle and Walk videos. But they may make a return, as obviously SIGMAR Saturday's made a return today. So let's catch up with the chat. Oh yeah, what I wanted to say was, are you getting a collar mic? So I was going to try and make for my phone mic. I was going to try and make a little fluffy thing to act as a windbreaker, to put it around my phone mic, because I do have some material somewhere that I use for a Halloween costume. So I was thinking of just pulling a bit of that off, gluing it in a ball and putting it around the mic and hoping that works. It may or may not work. We'll see. But yeah, so I was thinking of doing that. Right, so now I'll catch up with the chat again. Right, so Mini Warriors joined us. I think I may have... Lions of Sigmar, Jamjar says is the... Oh, no worries, Green Stuff Games. Like, your videos are... I really enjoy, like, interview videos with... Especially with companies... Games companies that I don't invest in myself because, you know, I can sort of consume their products through other people. I'm way too invested in Games Workshop stuff and to a certain extent like board games like Zombicide and stuff. I'm way too invested in that to be able to invest in other games companies. So it's like a vicarious consumption of the games available out there. So I really like it. You know, there's always going to be some games that I'm never going to get into. I'm never going to get much enjoyment from myself, but it's good to watch other game systems now and again and interviews, especially with other companies, you know, just to get an idea of what they're trying to achieve with their game. So yeah, keep up the good work and everything. And if you do go to future cons, more interviews and stuff, I approve of them videos greatly. Yeah, so Kablams has many mics now. So Green Stuff Games going to get handheld mic. Yes, so Mini Warrior says, like the old cheesy movies where the old man is yelling at the kids when his mouth isn't moving. Exactly like that. That's what this, if I put this video out, that's what it's going to be like. I was thinking of doing a, for my giveaway video, my 250 subscriber giveaway video. I don't know what I'm on now. I think I'm on about 275 subscribers or something. I say I don't know what I'm on. Probably go check my channel now. I'm probably on 275, so I do check every few minutes. Yeah, I was thinking of getting doing a giveaway for that as like a bad lip reading giveaway, but I'm not sure many people would find the time to do it. So you know, I might put it out there that if you do it, you get extra entries or something, and then one or two people might pick it up. And obviously taking part of my video and then doing bad lip reading on my own face. So, you know, only like a 10-second clip or something like that. I wouldn't expect you to do anything amazing. But I was thinking of doing that, yeah. So, but that's, yeah, it's like a badly dubbed Chinese movie with my latest Waffle on What video because it's a badly dubbed. You know, like in movies where they go into the sound editing stage and stuff like that, and then they have to redub clips and stuff. It's a bit more like that because I'm saying the right words almost, but it doesn't line up with my voice because I'm too lazy to sit there properly and sit there for a while and make it actually properly line up. Kablams hates it when his audio goes out of sync, especially when he's recorded a long one. Yes, it is really, really frustrating. Like my audio, obviously, I record. Apart from this, at the minute, I record all my audio through my camera, through my phone rather. So it's all just video with audio in one thing. So it's a lot easier for me. But for people doing it different ways, it's frustrating, man. It's really frustrating because you put all this hard work in to try and make, you know, videos. I keep saying professional videos, but videos as professional as each individual can make them. And then there's a roadblock thrown in front of you, and it's frustrating. That's, you know, one of the frustrations of doing a YouTube channel. So if there's anyone watching that doesn't have a channel, don't start a YouTube channel because it's just frustrating. Nah, it's not frustrating. For me, I really enjoy it because it helps me. It motivates me to get miniatures painted like this. You know, I want to try and get at least 2 videos up a week. One of them being my 30k video consistently, and the other one being normally SIGMAR Saturday, but not necessarily. And it means I can just sit down for an hour or two, or sometimes half an hour. You know, a bit less maybe. Where I can sit down, set aside a bit of time, sit down in front of the camera and record this video, have a chat to you guys, and get some painting done. That's the main thing. I need some new brushes. I mentioned it on my last 30k video, which ended up being like weird merging of 30k standard 30k video and painting video, because I missed SIGMAR Saturday last week, so I kind of wanted to make up for it with a long recorded 30k video where I painted some Age of Sigmar minis, these ones. Let's get back to the chat. Let me just draw. Look at this brush, it's rubbish. It's not rubbish, but it's knackered. Look at that, it's terrible, isn't it? Like, I'll wash it and then I'll show it you again. I'm hoping to get one that will plug straight into my camera if that's possible. Yeah, like that's the ideal situation for me. So your obviously your mic on your camera is decent because it was picking up a lot of sound, but it's not as focused as a mic would be, a handheld mic or a collar mic would be. It looks like I'm doing something weird off camera here. But yeah, it's not as focused as a collar mic or a handheld mic would be. So it just picks up sound from around you. So it's, there we go, let's show you that now. Now I buy cheap brushes because I think I ruin brushes. I go through them quite quickly. I've got brush soap and stuff. I'm just not used to using it yet. I do use it at the end of each session. But I think these brushes, some of them are beyond resurrection. But I like this one for a base brush, so I keep using it. He's got one down the back of him as well, little bugger. Yeah, so a handheld mic that could plug straight into your camera. See, I want a mic that I can plug into my phone, that I don't have to have, the headphones. I see Frost and Fist have got. I'm just gonna get a bit of that off there. Do a bit of a dry brush effect on this. Frost and Fist, I know we've got, or wet brush rather. They've got these collar mics, and they've got these mic packs. Now I kind of want a collar mic with a bit of fluff on it, so it'll do a bit of wind breaking work for me, that I can just plug straight into my phone. That'd be amazing. But I've not properly looked into it. I imagine they're out there. This is normally where I expect other people to do all the work for me and go and look now. Right, he's done. Fabulous. I've done 5 Blood Reavers now. Well, technically I've just done 2. Oh, getting a little tickle in my throat now from all this talking. So let's have a look now in the chat again. Let's go plug straight into my camera. The movie, yeah, not Kung Pao Chicken. They were. Gamza says they were good videos. I think you mean the. Oh, do you mean my Waffle and Wart videos? I thought you meant you either mean Green Stuff Games videos, the interviews, or my Waffle and Wart videos. I did quite enjoy recording the Waffle and Wart videos, but I just it's finding the time to do them now. What I'm thinking of doing is a slightly different format of Q&A, orc related, which may come to fruition in the future, but it'd require me to take a lot of clips from other people's videos, so it'd be a once a month or once every couple of months kind of thing, I think, and do it in character as Big Mek Danskull, which would be quite interesting. Mini Warrior says I should probably get a better mic, but then again, I could buy more minis. Yes, of course, you could, as we all could, buy more minis. I've got a big pile of minis. Oh, you know what? I'm just going to show you some minis. Just turn that round so it lights that up. Some other minis than these. Whoa. There's one of my cabinets. Oh, you know what? You can't see. It's too far away. Let's open that, see if you can see through there. Oh, look at them minis. That's really dirty. No, you can't see. That was useless. Just put your thumb in front of the camera, why don't you, Daniel? Yes. So, what were we talking about? Let's have a look in the chat. Yeah, everyone could buy more minis. I've got a big pile of unpainted grey minis, but I still want to buy more, of course. Like I said, I'm buying the new 40k starter set. That's good because Kung Pao is an old movie which uses an even older Chinese movie and redubbed it completely for hilarious results. That sounds good. I think I'd enjoy that. I'd have to have a look on my droid box, see if I can find it. If you've seen Man Fighting a Cow with Matrix S Bits, that's from Kung Pao. I'll have a look. Sounds even better now. Now I need to watch the movie. I love Kung Pao as a teen, but might have something to do with the special cigarettes I used. I think that's fairly knacker. Yeah, Kablam saying that's a fairly knacker brush. I would donate that to the base coats too. I'm pretty sure a company called Newer make a £3 mic that can plug into your phone. I'll have to have a look at that. Newer. You know what? I'm going to have a look now. Newer. Chat amongst yourselves, guys. There's a fair few of you in there now, so chat amongst yourselves as I Google things. I need to close this pot. Give it a shake. Turn it upside down. That's my... This pot's from 1997. I've probably showed them now and again before. It's from 1997 or before then, maybe. And it's, you know, still fine. These old pots were amazing. Underdog Painting, Baz has just joined us in the chat as well. How you doing, mate? Newer. Kablams has got a £3 Newer lav mic. Lav, like a lavatory mic. And WWER. WWER. Lav. Let's have a look. Microphone Lavalier at Amazon. Mini lapel microphone. Oh, that looks alright. That works with my phone. That could be a very good solution. I think I'll still get a bit of wind and stuff, wind noise on there, but I'm just going to reply to someone in a message and then I'll be back with you guys. Like I said, chat amongst yourselves, keep yourselves entertained. There we go, replied. Right, let's go. Wow, the chat is really flying now. It's almost like a Wargamer Online video. Not quite, but you know. My videos. Hi everyone, hey Underdog Painting. Talking about the mic. Hit me up after this video. I have a video comparing how they're very nice. Ooh, nice. Right, so I'll contact you post video, Craig. Sound just waiting in car park. Right, Baz is going to work, so he's just getting a quick fix of wargaming. Excellent. Well, not wargaming, war painting. War painting. Lavalier. Collar mic. Big Mek, you text like I text like an old person. Why? What was I doing? This is in my mind how old people text. You know what I do? I do a lot of things on my phone like that. But then eventually I go like that, like a normal person. But I remember watching an old man use a phone one day on a train on my way to work. What do you mean I'm just slow? If you just mean I'm slow, then that's fine. I don't mind being a bit slow. I like to be, at least I'm accurate if I'm slow. You know what? It's happening in there. No, it's alright. I'll just stick with this. So normally I text like that. But I was watching an old person on the phone once and he was like this. Just typing really slowly with one finger. It was like, what is going on there? But then I found myself doing it shortly after that. I was like, oh my god, I'm well old. Yeah, the reason I text like an old person is because I am an old person. Sound's gone. Oh no. Oh, it's back. Right, that's alright then. Right, here we go. Let's get back to the painting. I've only got 10 minutes left, guys, and I've painted maybe 1 miniature. This is why I'm such a slow painter. Because of you guys. It's all your fault. Blame everyone but yourself. That's the best technique is deflection. Let's get some work done. I wonder what I'm going to have for lunch. What should I have for lunch, guys? I've not got anything in, so I don't know why I'm asking. I was going to go through a list of... I've got cheese, I've got eggs, I've got a couple of bits of bread. I've got chocolate spread and peanut butter. Ooh, no, I don't think I want that for lunch. Tesco value chocolate spread and peanut butter. The cheaper the better in my mind. I really need to click my finger. It's not working. Now you're all going to tell me I'll get arthritis if I do that. My wrist clicks all the time. Did you hear that? Ooh, Subway for lunch. Potentially. Kung Pao chicken. Great suggestion. Topical. I'm not sure I fancy a Chinese at this time though. I have to find one that's open first. I was thinking of going to GW Stockport today and having a look at the starter set and that. I could go over to Southport and have a look in Wargames and at the indices and everything. I think he's got the indices in Stockport as well, so I was thinking of nipping over there, but I've got a video to record, I've got maybe a bit of shopping to do because I'm going to the cinema tomorrow, potentially going to a mate's tonight, so... Oh my god. Weekends are always so busy for me these days. I am old. You know, with Bazza saying I text like an old person, I'm definitely old now. I'm becoming my dad. I find doing anything on the weekend, I find it a hassle. It amazes me when I'm where I work. A lot of the lads, they go in on a Saturday and do overtime. Oh yeah, okay, it's only like 4 hours overtime, but it's like, just have your weekend, boys. You know, I used to work in retail, so I never used to get weekends off. So as soon as I started working here, I was like, yeah, I'm not doing any overtime. What are you talking about? But now I've been doing overtime all through the week at the minute. So I've not been getting any painting done through the week, really. Did a little bit last night whilst watching the Hobby Hangout, Wargamer Online's Hobby Hangout. Green Stuff Game's got to go. Catch you later, mate. Ciao. Bazza's going as well. A Big Mek, go shopping and buy a vegetable. I may buy a vegetable. I've got. I think I've got apples actually. I'll have some apples. 1 apple at least. He's helping his local. Oh, nice. Bazza's helping his local GW paint up their starter set. That's fantastic news, mate. Yeah, kids used to work weekends, don't really miss it. No, neither do I at all. It's like, when you get the luxury of not working weekends, it just seems so much more of a hassle to go in and do overtime, I think. I used to work at Tesco years ago, and I'd do Saturdays, but rarely Sundays, and if they wanted me to do Sundays, it was like, nah, I'm alright, cheers. Ooh, good suggestion, omelette in the chat for my lunch. Potential. I've got some eggs, got some cheese. Not got any peppers or anything. Not got any ham. Not got any meat to go in there. Oh, you know what? I've got some sausages in the freezer. Could have some sausage butties. Sausage and egg butties, maybe. That's potential. Eggy bread. Another good... Wow, there's a lot of fine suggestions from all you upstanding gentlemen out there for my potential. I've got crisps. I could have some crisps. I think I'll go out and do some shopping. Maybe get myself something nice as well while I'm at it. I had a Costa coffee before. I've never really been a massive fan of Costa coffee. I've always preferred Starbucks. But there's this place near work, eggs and sriracha sauce. If I had sriracha sauce, I might just do that. Potato waffle butty. Oh my god. If I had potato waffles, I might just do that. You know what? I might go and buy some potato waffles. just to do a potato waffle butty. If you had, could you have a potato waffle chip butty? That'd be crazy, because that's just potato butty. Sausage, eggy bread sandwich. Kebabs pops his potato waffle butties in the toaster. I'm guessing not whilst they are butties. You take them out and make butties post toasting. Post toaster. That's a serious carb overload. I always liked Pret when I was in the UK. There's not a Pret near me. There's some in Manchester City Centre, which is about 6 miles away from me, something like that. But yeah, there's not one that local to me where I wouldn't have to travel for half an hour. There's stuff local, stuff more local to me where you know what, I feel like I should come up with a plan for painting minis before I do them, because I'm looking at this guy now thinking, should I just put a bit on his chest there? Yeah, so there's stuff that's more local to me. Yeah, Costa coffee, that's what I was talking about. I never used to like Costa coffee because I thought the coffee tasted like wet cardboard. But there's this place near where I work called Twig. It's like a small coffee chain, very small. I think it's only in like Glossop, basically. And I didn't like their coffee when I first tried it, but I realised they were using full fat milk. So I asked them to do it with semi-skim milk. Now I think in Starbucks they always use semi-skim milk, and when I've asked them to do it in Twig with semi-skim milk, I tend to enjoy it more. So I'm wondering, it's got a similar taste to Costa when they do it with full fat milk. So I'm wondering if Costa use full fat milk as standard, and maybe that's why I think it tastes like wet cardboard. Because for me, it's harder to taste the coffee when they use like a creamy milk rather than your semi-skimmed milk. Let's go back to the food suggestions. Kablam's saying he's never rated Pret. Pardon me, I did a little burp, sorry guys. He can't stand most coffee shops, that's fair enough. Don't tell Mythos. He loves him some coffee. He's always in Starbucks, that lad. Instant coffee is the best, says Miniwo. It's the cheapest, that's for sure. I like, I've got a espresso maker and stuff, so I like to do my own on the stove, on the hob. Yeah, instant coffee is the best. They do. My sister works there. Burned granulated Nescafe all the way. No, you don't want burned granulated Nescafe all the way. I mean, put your Nescafe in and then put a bit of milk in and then put your hot water in. Hot, not boiling as well, so then you don't get that burnt taste. That's the way to make instant coffee for me. But also, I wouldn't go for Nescafe. That's a bit fancy for me. That I go for a Lidl or Aldi special if I was going to use that coffee. My friend brought me back some coffee from Peru when she went to do the Inca Trail over there. We've got a minute and a half left, guys, and then I'm cutting it. Bang! No, I'm not really. I'm going to stick with it for a little bit, but I'm going to cut it, shortly. Maybe another 15 minutes or so, we'll see. Yeah, she brought me back some coffee from Peru, and it was lovely when I first got it, but I've had it for ages, and it's getting less nice each time I make some. I've got a tiny bit left, so I'm just going to use that, and then I don't have to have any more. Put your Nescafe in your porridge. What? That is an outrageous suggestion. You mean you make a cup of coffee and then you pour it on your porridge, or do you mean you just put the granules in with your porridge? I'm going to have to hear more about this. Kenko for Bazza. Kablam saying he's pretty sure Nescafe have burned it already. Yeah, in porridge, crazy. That's what I think as well. I'm going to have to hear more about this porridge suggestion, because that is outrageous if you ask me. Nescafe in porridge? Mental. I've done more shaking on this video than any other video ever. You know what? I'm just going to get a sip of water, guys. I've got a bottle of water down here. Granules in the porridge with honey and banana. Or banner. Eric Banner? Pick up that blue phone. I'm going to try and get to 10 guys before the end of this video, but I don't fancy my chances. I like to do complete squads if possible, but it's not always possible. Banana, na, 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 oop, banana, na, na. Or if you like sweet stuff, just drink Monster, or Relentless has the same effect as coffee. On nights out, I used to always drink vodka Red Bull when Red Bull first came out in the UK, and everyone started drinking vodka Red Bulls. And then I'd get home and I'd just lie awake in bed. I'd be knackered, but I'd just be staying awake, and it's really frustrating. Recent years, I've stayed clear of energy drinks and stuff. Mainly because I don't like the smell of them. To be honest, they stink, energy drinks. There's more flavours and stuff out there available now, but they all have that certain nostril burning tang to them. Can you water plants with Gatorade? Shake your stuff, Dan. I will do. Can you water plants with Gatorade? I mean, you could. Would you get blue plants after that if you use blue Gatorade? I don't think you would. Pretty sure you wouldn't. It's not like Sunny D. If no one knows, in the UK there was a case years ago in the newspaper. So I don't know how true it was. I can't remember which newspaper it was. It was probably the Sun or the Daily Mail. But this kid started turning yellow from drinking too much Sunny D. All he was drinking was Sunny D. So he turned yellow because it's got like this pigment in or something, and it goes like straight into your blood. And then after that, Sunny D really took a dive in the old supermarket drinks ratings, because this kid turned yellow. Of course, I found it hilarious, as you would, but I don't think there was any long-term health effects for the kid. But yeah, maybe I shouldn't be laughing at kids turning yellow. Better go now, guys. 13-hour shift, here I come. Excellent, Bazza. Get that money in. I used to drink Red Bull with vodka, but never by itself. And the Kiblams remember Sunny. They still make Sunny D, but you just don't see it in such quantities anymore. It was around when I started working at Tesco years ago, and they used to do a full mod of Sunny D, like the like meter wide section of a fridge, like just of Sunny D, floor to ceiling kind of thing. But now it's like you see two on a shelf next to each other, maybe just the two standard flavours. Mini Warriors found some water, so he doesn't have to water his plants with Gatorade. Excellent. Don't ask me about watering plants. The last plant someone gave me died shortly after they gave it me. I did water it now and again, but it was a like a mini Christmas tree sort of thing you'd buy in the supermarket. And I was watering it every now and again. I didn't want to overwater it though, and I think it didn't like the heat of my house, the temperature of my house. There was various environmental factors probably that it didn't like about its location. So it died shortly after they gave it me. Which was a shame. Oh no, wait a minute. I was thinking he had black weapons, but does he? No, he doesn't. Whoa, this guy's got black weapons though. I'm going to do some of the weapons like this, guys. Black blades, like obsidian or sort of slate kind of look. But other ones will be metallic. Around me, that story. Oh wow, Kablams wanted to turn yellow by the sounds of it. The story with the kid turning yellow made everybody drink Sunny Day in his area. Ask me any gardening question. Of course, Jamjar is a gardener. Are you a landscape gardener? I think you are, aren't you? I've seen a lot of your work, but yeah, it's I see it on Facebook. It's cool, man. That's one job I think a lot of people would enjoy without realizing they'd enjoy it. You know, just being a gardener. I mean, I imagine it's not always easy to find work and new clients and stuff, but it's just a good job, innit? You're just outside and in all weathers. I don't mind being outside in all weathers. Some people do. They wouldn't want to be outside in the rain and that, but just almost at one with a little patch of nature every day. It's quality, that. Whereas I drive a nature-killing truck. Plants can't get in the sea. Along with Custodes, smooth segue into 8th edition, 40k reference there. How often should I water them, Jamjar? It's a tomato plant. Tomato. Here's my 2 pennies worth. Tomatoes consist largely of water, so you should water a tomato plant as much as possible without drowning it. There's my bad plant advice. But yeah, Jamjar, I'm sure, has got a better answer for you. So, segue into 8th edition, Custodes. Kiblams is pretty smooth, whispers Primaris Marines. Custodes and Primaris Marines, I've not seen any of them next to each other yet. I'd like to see them next to each other, definitely. Hey, this is supposed to be a SIGMAR Saturday. What are you doing, guys? I should be talking about 40k and stuff. Blow me neck. No, I will talk about 40k because the main reason this is a SIGMAR Saturday is, of course, because I'm painting Age of Sigmar miniatures. But it's just a casual chat as well. Yeah. I don't know whether to contact Martin from Wargames and see if I can pick up my miniatures because Here's a funny story for you. So last year, sometime, my friend said him and his brother were going to see the cricket Trent Bridge in on the 16th and 15th and 16th or something. So I booked them dates off work this month, and then I spoke to him saying, "Oh, I'll be down on then, so we can go to Warhammer World whilst I'm down." And then he said, "No, you won't be down then. The cricket's next month." So I'm like, "Oh my god, I booked these days off work for nothing." But handily, it is this week. So the days I booked off by accident is this week. So I'm off when the new edition comes out, and I can really crack on with the box set. I say I can really crack on with the box set. We all know I'm going to get it and just put it to one side for ages and just read the rules. I mean, it's only 12 pages of rules, so I should be able to read them pretty quick, even by my slow reading standards. I do everything slowly: slow reading, slow painting, recently slow running. I've had a few months off running, guys, and I've gone back to it in the past 3 weeks or so, and I've been so much slower than before. Like, normally I can just get back into it and pick up pretty much where I left off, but I've been so much slower than before recently, and I can't seem to pick up the pace. But I did a longer run today, which normally helps. So hopefully my next one will be nice and quick. Let's have a look at the chat. Landscapes and maintenance, Jamjar does. I think the Custodes will be a lot bigger. I've not seen the Primaris Marines in the flesh yet. Yeah, that's one of the reasons I was thinking of nipping to Stockport GW just to check out the Primaris Marine. Excuse me, sorry guys, I've been burping again. So just to check out the Primaris Marines mainly. They do look massive compared to some of the old Space Marines, whether it's just the the standard pose ones you get for GW stores have in for painting example miniatures for kids, or for anyone getting into the hobby, of course. But yeah, they look massive compared to the standard Marines. They almost look. I've not built any of my custodes yet, but I really need to. Looking at the custodes on the box, I've got the Talons of the Emperor box here. Looking at the custodes on the box, they are a lot taller than the Sisters of Silence, and I think the Sisters of Silence are quite tall as well, like taller than a Space Marine, including the top knot. So the custodes, for me, the custodes should be bigger than the Primaris Marines, but whether that's the case or not, I might do a video about that in the future. Next, whenever I get my box set. Yeah, I'm hoping it'll arrive early. But I'm gonna speak to Martin and see, if I can come and collect it. Maybe nip over to Southport, because I've got Thursday, Friday off. So if he's not shipped it by Wednesday, hopefully he'll let me come and collect it. But I don't know for sure. Oh, I've missed a bit there. If you can tell me what that is the theme tune to, you can have a shout out in a future video or in this one. Let's have a look at the chat again. Plants can get... Oh, I've read that bit. Whenever I go back to the chat, I always look further back than I need to. Yeah, Kabam's not seen Primaris Marines in the flesh yet. Water the bottom using the saucer every 2 days. Test the soil first. Overwater can rot plant. Right, so that's some expert advice from our resident expert gardener there for watering tomato plants. Now he says that, of course, it's obvious to me that you should water it using a saucer, because I've seen people with tomato plants and they've always got a saucer underneath them. So do you just pour the water into the saucer so there's a small amount of water in the saucer and allow the plant to soak it up? I'm guessing you do. When I saw the new Primaris Marines, I actually forgot they were bigger until I saw them side by side. Wow! But that's kind of what you want, isn't it? You want something that's, they've not changed it that drastically that it looks new and foreign to you. It's very familiar still, which is what you want. I like them because the shoulder pads and everything, the shoulder pads are the same size, and the heads, so you're getting like a, proportionally speaking, something closer to an actual man, I'd say. Although obviously the shoulder pads are just armour, so they can be as big as you want technically. They look like they could function on the battlefield now, where before the shoulder pads were massive and it just kind of look a little bit, out of proportion maybe. But I guess that's part of the classic Space Marine silhouette as well. So, how much do you expect a game set in the 41st millennium to be realistic? Maybe I've got double standards or something. Oh, he's got some lovely handcuffs, this fella. I bet he's popular with the BDSM ladies. Tempted to paint some of these pink and fluffy. I don't know how you can paint fluff, but I'll give it a try. I think that's the only bit of silver I'm going to do on him. Fabulous. Turn that to my nice neat row of completed minis there. Look at this stain here. That's bugging me. It's not the end of the world though. Gonna need instructions for the custodes, I've heard. Apparently they aren't that interchangeable. The custodes aren't that interchangeable, or do you mean the Primaris Marines? I've got instructions for the custodes anyway, so I'll do my best with them. Kablams remembers that tune. Can't place it with a show. Detail on the sprue is awesome, it is. Loves a bit of Slanesh. I think he does, you know, that fella with the handcuffs. Is it? You see, I'm looking at the armour. I'm looking at the blades on these guys and I'm thinking, have I painted them black or do they just look really dark brown? They're just dark brown. I'm off camera here, aren't they? Yeah, they're brown, aren't they? Look at how black that looks. Amazing. Let's play a game called Can I Listen to This While Working Out? Ooh, I feel like I need to be a bit more energetic for you if you try to listen to this while you're working out. How can I get more energetic? Is that good? Or does it just sound like a bad porno? Right, I'm going to stop my bad beatboxing now. What exercise are you doing? If you're doing it now, you don't have to come back to the keyboard and comment. Just stick to what you're doing and let us know later in the comments. Yeah, I went for a run this morning. My nipples are killing now. I mentioned it earlier in the chat, but there was only me and Jamjar here, so it was only me and him talking. Yeah, the rain was causing my clothes to become heavier, and obviously the persistent up and down motion gives you a bit of nipple rub. I got in the bath afterwards, and as soon as like one of my nipples hit the water, it was like sting. It was rather I was going to say a tangy sting then, but I don't know if a sting can be tangy. I noticed it anyway, let's put it that way. I feel like you're talking to us just outside a club. Oh, Jamjar's going. Thanks for joining us, Jamjar. And thank you very much for the excellent gardening advice. Watering tomato plants. Just outside a club. I wish I could beatbox and talk at the same time, then it would be just like that. It'd be amazing for you. Does everybody know how to do the classic boots and cats beatboxing? I imagine people do. You just say boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats and boots, cats and boots, cats, boots, cats, boots, cats, boots, cats. I'm singing licensed songs here again, so I better shut up. You'll be pleased to know, guys, I've only got... This is the second to last guy I'm going to be doing. I say you'll be pleased to know. Maybe you're... anything can be tangy. That's the dream for me. That's good to know, Craig. Maybe you'll be pleased to know. Yeah, I've just got 2 more guys left to do, and then I'm going to cut it there because that's 10 guys. I like to target, you know, start with the target at the start of the show. I didn't say what my target was going to be. I kept it to myself. But it was always going to be 10 guys. Get some metallics down. It's amazing though. When you're painting, oh, this brush is getting proper frayed. I'm going to give it a quick wash again. It's amazing when you're painting. Am I on camera or am I'm probably out of shot there, aren't I? It's amazing when you're painting. How just adding one more colour can bring the model to life that little bit more. For me, it's amazing anyway. I think when I add the next metallic colour to these guys, they're going to really start to look good. I need to do something with the skin though. Like, I want them with brown skin, most of them. Maybe some of them will be white, but most of them brown skinned. And I feel like I need to do something with it. Because at the minute it's just looking a bit flat. Look at this guy. Oh, he's a beautiful model. Ooh, he's going to get you. I'm starting to lose it, I think. Oh, Jamjar might go live later. Excellent. If I'm around, I'll do my best to catch it. But, like I said, I've got a lot on today. I've got to go to the supermarket and buy some vegetables. or just general food in general. And I may nip to Stockport and have a look at the Primaris Marines. I wonder how he's painted them. I saw the Stockport store manager. He's started building a small orc force with I think with the orcs he got from the what's it called now? Shadow War Armageddon box. And he's built himself a war boss. It looks like I've not seen it in the flesh, but I saw on Facebook he shared it. It looks like a war boss from like he's used Death Dread parts or Killer Cam parts, probably Death Dread parts I think. And I don't know what he's used as the base model, but it looks like he's used parts from a Demon Prince, and I don't know what the legs. One of the legs is like a fleshy leg, and the other one's like just from a Death Dread. So I'm gonna have to have a close look at that, I think. So maybe I'll go to Tesco in Stockport and GW in Stockport as well. And then I'll record my 40k video later, hopefully. And then I can go to my mate's house and play some computer games tonight. And then I'm off to the cinema tomorrow to see Wonder Woman, which is going to be very exciting. Kablams needs to do more live shows. He can't help feeling he's too boring. You're not too boring, Craig, don't worry. And if people get bored, then that's their loss. They don't understand how amazing you are. I enjoy whenever I watch your videos. Like I said to you when we met, it felt like I knew you already. Because all the live stuff you do and the way you record your videos as well, it's you leave all the little bits in there, and I like that because you get to know the person a bit better. Yeah, so Jamjar's saying it as well. You're cool, Kips. He's still not convinced though, Craig. So you're an awesome guy. So you should, if you want to do more live shows, you do more live shows. Make sure you do them at the right time though as well. Like that's all right. Don't worry about it. Some people, like Callum for example, he doesn't do it intentionally, I know, but he'll go live in the middle of a weekday, and it's like there's always going to be some people around, but sometimes this is the time he's got free, so it's good for him, right? That's the thing you have to do with live shows. But the good thing about it is when you do a live show on YouTube, it goes up afterwards, so people are going to watch it anyway. But yeah, Callum from Tabletop Warzone, his live shows, I always miss them because I'm always in work when they're on. But he has to do them when he's got the time to do them. So if that time is in the middle of the week, then so be it. But the great thing is, like I said, because they go up on YouTube later, you don't have to miss them. You're just not there at the time, but you don't have to miss them completely, and you can be part of it post live if you like. This is a quick get me by workout. 590 jumping jacks, 20 push-ups, 20 sit-ups, 20 bench flips. What's a bench flip? I've never heard of a bench flip. 20 leg lifts, 20 forearm curls, 60 bicycle kicks, and repeat 3 times. Wow. Yeah, Callum's timing is shocking, but that workout, that sounds a bit intensive for me, to be honest. What was the first thing? 590 jumping jacks. That's a lot. Frost and Fist has joined us. How you doing, my brother? My brother. I don't know where that came from. It just came out naturally before I stopped myself. So yeah, how you doing, mate? It's good you joined us. Good morning. Oh, I wish it was morning here still. I love the morning when nobody else is awake. And the thing is as well, like I'm not criticizing Callum for doing them his live shows at the times he does, of course, because like I said, it's more content for his channel and it's great. But my live shows are never at a great time either. First thing on a Saturday morning, a lot of people are still in bed. So this one, yeah, I did after I'd been out for a run. I did 5 miles today, and then I got back, had a bath, and took my soaking clothes off because I was running through puddles up to my ankles today, guys. 50 jumping jacks, not 590. I was going to say that's a bit excessive. That you hear of wrestlers, professional wrestlers. I watch wrestling, so you hear of professional wrestlers when they go to these gyms where like some old wrestlers are training them to become professional wrestlers, or especially in Japan where they go to these dojos, they make them do 1 million squats or something like that in a day, and it's like, it sounds crazy. As much as professional wrestling isn't, it's got predetermined outcomes, you've got to appreciate the determination these guys have to get to where they get to. And also, you know, you see WWE and major companies out there. It's mainly WWE, but New Japan Pro Wrestling and stuff like that as well. But there's guys like this all around the world. Oh, we've got a bit of a flicker on the screen there. I don't know if anyone else got it. But yeah, there's guys like this all around the world that are doing it for 50 quid a night. So professional wrestlers are a special breed of people. I think, you know, they've got determination and stuff, and I think that's why I like professional wrestling to a certain extent, because you get to see these crazy things people do in the ring, and also I enjoy the over the top nature of it. It's like watching a soap opera turned up to 11 sometimes. But I've sort of fallen out of watching it recently. What was I saying before that? I can't remember. I was talking about exercise, wasn't I? There was a lot of autocorrect. So, Kablams wishes he could run. He cycles everywhere. Cycling is awesome. I went on a quick bike ride last Sunday, and I really enjoyed it. I only did about 5 or 6 miles, something like that, but just down the Longdendale Trail, I think it's called, in like Glossop Hadfield area in Derbyshire. Getting ready for Saturday meeting. Oh, there's a Saturday meeting. Nobody wants a meeting on a Saturday, do they? I hope this live stream suffices in helping you prepare mentally for this Saturday meeting. Not good for bikes here. Do a lot of running though. Kablam cycles to work. Yeah, I used to cycle to work. So 5 days a week I'd be cycling to work. And when I was working at the, I used to work at a Nike store in Manchester, but it's closed now. So I used to cycle to work, and then on a Thursday evening we'd have a run club. So people would come to the store. Look at all that metallic swirling around in there. Yeah, people would come to the store and we'd go on a 5 or maybe 10k run with them. You know, anywhere in between 5 and 10k really. So I'd cycle to work, go on this 5 or 10k run, and then cycle home. Sometimes after the run club, I was absolutely shattered. I'd be cycling home, I'd have no energy, and then there's like a peak in the middle of the journey to and from work. So you're going uphill to a certain point, and then you get right to it. It's not a big hill, but you get to this hill point, and you've got to get to the top of this hill. It's like, and then you sort of get over the other side, and then you're going downhill for about 20 meters, and then you're going uphill again. It's like, there's a bit more of a climb, and then you get a bit more downhill gradient, and it's like I'd be absolutely shattered sometimes getting home from work. But when I got used to it, my fitness level increased so much, it was crazy, and I was really I think I need to do a bit more cycling these days, because the running, like I said, I was struggling getting back into the running. I've done 10 guys. I think I'm going to do an 11th, guys, because I'm enjoying chatting to you and telling you stories. So the running, with me getting back into it now, I've been struggling getting back into it, like I said. So I think it's going to be beneficial if I do a bit more cycling as well, and it's a bit more gentle on the joints cycling, which is always a bonus. I've suddenly gone quiet and I'm not sure why. Can you hear me when I whisper? Kablams lives up a hill. Nice on the way back to work. Nice on the way to work. Terrible to get home. Yeah. It's when there's a stiff gradient one way or the other, it can be a real struggle. But like going to work for me as well, like this peak, it was always more downhill going to work, I think, than coming home from work. So after a long shift, standing up all day, or moving boxes around, or whatever I was doing, and in work we had so the store was at ground level, and we had a basement area, and then down 2 more flights of stairs we had one of the stock rooms. Some days I'd be running from the top stock room to the bottom stock, or the top floor to the bottom floor, over and over again. So up and down the stairs all day, and then I'd have to cycle home as well, and it was crazy. But yeah, we did 2 run clubs a week, so I was running. I wasn't always on the run club, but when I was running twice a week in work, so it was a lot easier for me to run back then, because I'd be getting paid to do it basically. But now it's I have to find the time now, especially with me attempting to increase the output on my channel. At the minute, I'm going steady with 2 videos a week. I'd like to do 3 videos a week if I'm honest, but at the minute, 2 videos a week is what I'm managing. So yeah, finding the time now is a bit more difficult. So what I tend to do is, if I've got a bit of time, I tend to have a bit of time on weekend days now. That's why another reason I don't like to do overtime at work now. But yeah, I like to get up and go for a run first thing on a weekend morning. I ran before work last Friday, and I think that's partly I was just a bit exhausted. The reason I couldn't do the SIGMAR Saturday. I wanted to do a bit of painting last Friday, and then get the SIGMAR Saturday video up on the Saturday morning. But that's why the SIGMAR Saturday video was missing, because I was just exhausted, physically exhausted, because I'd been doing a lot of overtime in work and stuff. So yeah, that's part of the reason. Like, when I'm doing overtime, I just don't find the time to go running at a sensible hour. I got up at 4:30 or something that Friday morning, and then went out for a run. And then I got home from work. I only worked till about 2 on a Friday, but I got home from work and I just felt absolutely exhausted. But thankfully, I've not been like that since, which is good. Should I do this guy's arm plate silver, or should I stick with some gold? I will leave it like that. Ooh, there's 11 guys done. I'm going to do a 12th because I'm enjoying chatting to you. If you need to go, guys, let me know, and I'll cut the stream. Mini Warriors on a hill too. Although in winter my hands fall off on the way back. You mean because they go numb? I'm guessing. I had that problem once. I cycled to work and it was raining, and the rain lashing into my face and onto my hands and stuff like that. And obviously the wind of me going against the wind and stuff like that. And then I got to work one morning, and it was probably 8 o'clock when I was starting. So I like to get there for about 7:30 or something, so I can nip to Starbucks if I want or whatever before I started. And I didn't have gloves at the time, or maybe I did have gloves, but they just got that wet that my hands just sort of froze. They didn't literally freeze, but like my hands were absolutely freezing when I took the gloves off and got into work. And then as the heat started coming back into my body, into my hands, because in work it was a lot warmer than outside. Or I wanted to get them warm actually, my hands. So I went into the toilet and I put the hand dryer on, and then I'm warming my hands up, and it's like, oh, it was like painful, the heat going into my hands almost, and it was crazy. Like it wasn't excruciating pain. It wasn't anything I couldn't bear, but it was such a weird sensation that my hands had been that cold, and then obviously the blood flow was going back to the extremities then. The little capillaries and everything were opening up, and the blood flow was going back to because what happens when your body gets cold, your capillaries nearer the surface, they close up to keep your internal organs, your vital organs warm and everything. So yeah, the capillaries were opening up and everything. As the blood flow started going back to my extremities, to the layer closest to my skin, there was like a pain in my hands, and it was like, ah, but it was okay. It was just such a weird feeling. Jamjar knows that feeling because obviously he works outside in all weathers. But yeah, it's crazy feeling that. It's like, it was the first time I think I'd experienced it, and it was like, whoa. Mini Warrior saying hand dry on cold hands ain't good. Put them in your armpits. Yeah, like your armpits and your butt crack. That's the warmest parts of your body, isn't it? Like, so doing that is a lot more. It's going to get you to an appropriate temperature rather than putting them under a hand dryer, which is hotter than body temperature. So yeah, big mistake. But it's you know, you go through life and you live and learn. You live and learn, as they say. Oh, you know what? I might leave it there, guys. Yes, I'm going to get a sip of water and then I'm going to leave it there. I'll you know what? I'll have my sip of water, then I'll come back up to my face. I've done 11, guys. I'll show you some, guys, before I go there. See if I can pull this out of a touch without actually pulling it out of the air. Oh, look at them boys. Try and re-angle my light so you can see a bit of colour on them. So they're starting to come together, these guys. Oh, that's a funny noise, isn't it? So yeah, these guys are starting to come together. When I put the light on them, you can see the blue on the pants. They've got a bit of red on tabards and triegs, or whatever they're called. The metallics on the weapons are showing up nice. Obviously this image is a bit blurry, but it's not too bad. And then I'm going to do some like bronzes on them, some golds and bronzes on the ornate parts of the armour and stuff. Just to give them a bit of like a warm variety of colours. So, well, hey, back to me. Whoa. Oh, look at me dry skin. Lovely. Here we go, here we go. Up my nose, that's the kind of shot you want, isn't it? Wow. Yeah, so, thanks for joining me, guys. I'm not going to cut it just yet. Well, I've lost one of my brushes. Where is my army painter brush? Oh, it's there. It's right next to the... I saw this little thing, you know, the brush lid cap sort of thing. And I thought, where's my brush? I don't know. It was right next to it. So that was silly, wasn't it? Yeah, so thanks for joining me, guys. Let's have a looking good, Big Mek. Thank you very much. I'm assuming you mean my face and not the miniatures. Great fella show. Enjoyable morning. Thank you very much, Craig. Enjoyed it, sir. Thank you, Jam Jar. Maybe no hands in butt crack. Yeah, because they could become smelly. Nobody likes a smelly butt crack hand. Chocolate covered pretzel, anyone? If you get that reference, 10 points. I'm sure Kiblams will. Yeah, so thanks for joining me. I will, you know what? I always do this. I go, well, I'm going to cut it, blah, blah, blah. Outputs. So the way I have to end the stream is to go to this button that says outputs, or this tab rather that says outputs. Oh, I've clicked on it twice, so it's gone. Right, and then I have to click the YouTube thing. Right, but whenever this video gets uploaded post stream, it always cuts off the end, which is really irritating. So what I'm going to do is play the Legion of Gamza intro as an outro, and then I'll cut the stream after that. Yes, that's a good idea, potentially. So I will say, thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you on the battlefield. Just coming back in, before I go, first one in the comments, Mole Rats, thank you very much, there we go. Yes, indeed, Mythos, it is Mole Rats reference. Cheers for watching, guys, I'll see you on the battlefield, and I'll do that again.